both fell backward like dominoes. When she managed to get her bearings, she was horrified to realize that Brant was laid out on the floor underneath her, and her butt was nestled firmly near his crotch. Coffee stains were splattered all over his perfectly creased slacks, and it took her a moment to realize why her legs seemed so bare as they lay tangled with his. Her short skirt had blown up during their fall and was now resting well above the level considered legal in most states. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Without thinking, she wiggled around experimentally. No way. Her boss, the spawn from hell, was not growing hard against her bottom. Oh my God, he was.
I didn't realize that ruining my clothing also came with a lap dance.
When she froze, he chuckled.
Oh, by all means, don't stop now. Even someone with small tits is a turn-on when she's grinding against your lap.
Emma jumped up as if she were on fire. You are such an asshole. I should file sexual harassment charges against you. I'm pretty sure there are rules in the Danvers handbook against discussing my tits. Brant snorted as he rose to his feet.
I'm pretty sure there are also rules in there about talking about said tits on a company telephone on company time, and I'm even more sure there is a section about job performance.
If she didn't hate the man so much, she would be impressed by the way he excelled at sarcasm. She had worked for Brant Stone for about 6 months at the communications company Danvers International. Jason Danvers, owner of the company, had bought out the family company that was previously run by Brant and his sister Ava. They had both come to work at Danvers in vice presidential roles after the merger. Brant's younger brother Declan also worked for Danvers, although he hadn't been involved in the Stone family business. He had recently married Ella Weber, a receptionist on the 4th floor, who had become a good friend of Emma's. It was the most recent wedding in a string of couplings at the company. Jason had married his secretary, Claire, and the Merriman brothers, Grayson and Nick, had also settled down. Gray was married to Susie, who handled the special events for Danvers. Nick was married to Beth, Susie's sister and assistant. They had recently had a new baby. As far as romance was concerned, Danvers seemed to be the place to work if you were looking to find a significant other. So far, it hadn't helped her, though. Instead, she was stuck with a shithead for a boss and a vibrator for date night. Life sucked in that area. When Brant snapped his fingers in front of her face to get her attention, she stuck her tongue out at him. She simply couldn't resist, although she did refrain from giving him the verbal slapdown he so richly deserved. She settled for muttering, yeah, whatever. He actually looked disappointed before he turned and stalked off to his office. When her phone rang again, she groaned, praying it wasn't her mother. Brant Stone's office. You sound like someone pissed in your cornflakes. Emma released a sigh of relief as she heard her friend Susie's voice on the line. They may not have known each other for very long, but recognizing fellow smartasses in each other, they had bonded pretty quickly. Ugh, just the usual kind of morning nonsense with Mr. Sunshine. Maybe a little worse than usual. You'll have to tell me more. I could use a laugh. How about lunch today? Claire, Beth, and Ella are going to the mall for some baby stuff, and I'd really like to pass on that. I hear you, girl, Emma agreed. I'll meet you downstairs around noon, if that works for you. Sounds good. Stay out of trouble. Emma did manage to work with Brant the rest of the morning without incident, until he came out of his office as she was preparing to go to lunch.
Where are you eating? You don't mind if I go, do you?
For a minute, Emma stood there, gaping at him. Are you kidding?
Actually, yes. Going to Taco Bell and watching you drip your taco fixings all over the table isn't my idea of a relaxing lunch. I would like you to pick me up something at the deli around the corner, though, on your way back in.
Emma huffed in dramatic fashion. She didn't bother telling him that she was having lunch with Susie there. I guess it's asking too much that you get your own lunch. Who runs all your errands in the evening? Do you have a maid that you keep chained up in your kitchen? Brant perched on the corner of her desk, grinning.
What a great idea. Are you looking for a second job? If you were on the clock for 24 hours, I might be able to...